It's incredible. In such a simple environment, the masters of Pakistan can make such exquisite marble vases with simple lathes and traditional craftsmanship. How did they do it? To use the lathe to process the marble, they first need to fix it to the lathe. At that time, the masters will prepare the dense glue for the convenience of follow-up. After the glue is prepared, the masters only need to press it slightly and then use the steel ruler to measure and ensure that the chuck is fixed in the center. This homemade glue only takes a few minutes to solidify. After that, the masters can use the chain to assist. This marble weighing more than 80 kilograms is fixed to the lathe, and then the outer side can be carefully cut. It is not a simple matter to process this rough marble into a standard outline. After all, the hardness of marble is still very high. The speed of the bed cannot be too fast to prevent accidents in cutting. If you don't pay attention, there will be deviations. Although there are still flaws in the stone, this is not a problem for them. Fu didn't take it to heart. The processing is progressing normally. The masters need to use a large drill to make an opening in the center of the vase for subsequent processing of the inside of the vase. This process is relatively simple. The master only needs to control the depth of the drill. After a series of concentrated operations, they quickly opened a cover hole inside to make the internal contour more standard. The master also needs to use a tong knife for detailed cutting. As for the size of the internal hole, he needs to rely on his feeling. After 2.5 minutes of processing inside the lishi, it was quickly processed. Then the defective position on the outside can be processed to repair the damaged position. They also need to use a dense glue. However, the colors of the glue they use are all strange. The bonding ability is still very strong. The defective position has been processed quickly. Then the masters only need to carefully cut the surface and gradually control the lathe tool to cut the surface to a smooth surface. After the master's extremely white-faced operation, the outside has been processed. Is the surface still with cracks and flaws? In order to fill the inappropriate positions, dense glue can be used for bonding. After the surface is bonded, the uneven positions can be polished. The purpose of doing this is not only to make the surface smoother, but also to clearly observe the damaged positions on the surface. After the vase is processed, the master has also found the flawed positions. At this time, just use glue to repair the surface and then polish the surface carefully. The original ordinary piece of stone has now become an exquisite marble vase after being processed by the masters. After watching the entire processing process, what do you think of the master's processing technology? If there are 10 points, how many points are you willing to give?